Hey guys, so for this video, I'll be unboxing Jessica's third mini album, My Decade. This is her 10th year anniversary album, which is why it's called My Decade. And if you didn't know, Jessica was part of Girls' Generation for 7.5 years. And I would even say prior because they've worked really hard during their pre-debut. So she was part of Girls' Generation since like forever. So if you didn't know that, then now you know. But she played a big role, and if you didn't know, she was also my ultimate bias, and I love her so much. So I had to get this as soon as possible to support her, and I'm really glad that this actually sold more than Wonderland. And I'll just talk a little bit about more of kind of what I want from Jessica after I unbox this album and review it as well. So here's the front. And here's the back. I don't know if you can really see, but you do get the track listing right on the bottom right here, but it's in silver, so you kind of have to squint to really look at it in person. But this still is a pink and white album, a little bit similar to that pink from Wonderland. Okay, so before I show you guys what this looks like inside, I love making comparisons to jewel cases for those who are wondering how big the album is. So compared to a jewel case, this is how big it is. And then I'll show the spine, maybe over here. So it's basically a book packaging. She's kind of done this packaging in the past, but not really, because with Love Jay comes in a box, and Wonderland comes in a box, but it's a slipcase box. So this one is without a box, but I think they're the same size. Before I actually, let me just get those albums. Okay, so let's see if they are the same size. So here's Wonderland. Okay, so they're about the same size, but they're actually not, because if I were to pull these, you can see right there, it's a little bit bigger than Wonderland. But let me see if that's just with the box. Let's see if the box. But with the box, it is the same size compared to Wonderland, and with Love Jay, yeah, it's about the same size. So it is the same size, but not for the actual photo book. So I'm glad that when I put these together, they're gonna look really nice. So now let's start opening the album. So again, with this pink, light pink. Also, I really love her packaging. She does a really good job. This is a book packaging, and I'm never disappointed when it comes to just photo books for Jessica, because they're just some of the prettiest, if not the prettiest, photo books you can ever get. She takes really good pictures, and you can tell she puts a lot of effort into everything that's released under her name, because she probably was even involved in what's actually put around her, and I don't know, you can tell that it's just very Jessica, and the photos are really pretty, and she even hand writes the lyrics. So you're getting a Jessica, a fully just of an album filled with Jessica and involvement, and that's what I really actually like about her being a solo artist, is that maybe under SM she would not get as much freedom with whatever she wants to do. This unicorn reminds me of Wonderland. But like the style of everything, it's all of her. Like you can, it's she's not being told what to do. All the decisions go through her and are run by her. But I can never get enough looking at these photo books because they're so pretty. I'm just really happy this actually sold more than Wonderland. So what I'm guessing is that she'll probably wait. I love these pictures. I think she'll probably wait. Oh, wait, before I start talking. I love that this is a collage of eras from her. Oh, I Got a Boy. This is Genie. Showcase pictures. I think this was during Christmas. These are eras from Girls' Generation as well. So there's where she wore like angel wings because she made a promise to fans. That's Hoot. And I remember all of these eras because I've been a really long time Girls' Generation fan. So I'm glad that they did something similar with this for the version of Holiday Nights and the night version, which I actually unboxed as well. Here's the credits, and you get 6 songs. Okay, and then the disc. Here, it's just filled with roses. And again with the whole pink. Oh, and then before I forget, here's the photo card because sometimes I forget to show the photo card. Here's the photo card that I got, and actually I was hoping that I would not get the photo card that everybody seems to be getting, which is the one where she's covering her face. I don't know if that's the one that they made most copies of, or that was just luck for the people on YouTube, because most people have been getting that photo card. So I was like, oh, I'm hoping it's not that photo card. It's not that I don't like it, because anything with Jessica I will be happy with, but I wanted something different than everybody else. So I got this photo card. I don't know if it's rare or it's difficult to get, but I really like it. And I'm so happy to add this to my Jessica photo cards, because I have all the ones from her mini albums and some from her Girls' Generation albums. So that's it for just showing you guys this album. But now to a review. And like I said, I think she'll be making another comeback probably early next year. I don't think a winter release will really help her, because Wonderland actually grew on me a lot. I don't know if when I made an unboxing of it, I probably just said I wasn't feeling it that much. But I actually like it a lot more the more I listen to it. But I think a winter release will not really help her at all. Probably early next year will probably be the best. But I know it's still kind of winter, but a December release is not where she should really make a comeback. But who knows, maybe she will do that again. But I don't think so, since it will be kind of rushed. Unless she already recorded a bunch of tracks and just wanted to release this as a 10th year anniversary gift for fans. I do want a full-length album from her as her next release. I think she was just kind of testing the water with the 3 albums to see which how the fans react to certain types of songs. And this is where I kind of just talk about the song selection for this. So if you're a Jessica fan, you're going to be pleased with the songs in here, because Jessica is really famous for singing ballad songs or just slow tracks. So if you're a Golden Star, you're gonna love this album, because half of it, or more than half of it, is ballady type of songs. And even kind of like the title track, I would even kind of call it a ballad. So most of this album is really slow or in mid-tempo. So it's not exactly very upbeat like Wonderland was. So if you want more of an upbeat album, listen to Wonderland. And and this is probably why it sold more than Wonderland. So this is filled with ballads. So this isn't exactly the best album ever, but she played it safe. I talked about a lot this on Google Plus, that she made a cover of How Deep Is Your Love. Please check it out, because you'll be surprised how well she can sing those type of electropop songs, and you know how she just delivers on stage. Because when it comes to just performing, Jessica is one of the few members in Girls' Generation, or well, I'll just say, yeah, she was one of the few members in Girls' Generation that can really pull off sexy without just being extremely cringy. Like, there's certain members that don't, I wouldn't say that they're bad at it, but they kind of have to try a little bit hard. But she just does it effortlessly, and I want her to do something with, similar to How Deep Is Your Love, which is a cover song from a Calvin Harris track that's quite old. So I want something like that from her. Definitely did not get that from her in this release. I understand why she went this route. She played it safe. She wanted just straight up she's known, an album with a sound that she's famous for. And then comparing to the 3 albums, I would rank this third actually. I think she hasn't been able to top with her first mini album. I think her first mini album was pure perfection, in my opinion. I will also talk about all the Girls' Generation solo albums on a separate video. I don't know if I'll film that today or tomorrow, but definitely very soon. So this isn't exactly my favorite release from her. It's not bad. I really like it. But again, her stuff doesn't sound like K-pop that much to me. Because I know a lot of K-pop albums, a lot of K-pop albums are actually produced by American producers and even European producers, but there's always like a K-pop feel to them. So if you don't know, a lot of K-pop is made by Westerners, and big shocker there for those people who are always dragging like Western musicians. Well, the majority of K-pop is produced by Western musicians. And this is not different, but the fact that she even writes her own lyrics and everything, this album would, I want to say that won't do well, but could be released in the US because of how the production is. I don't know how to explain that, but her albums don't sound very K-pop-ish. They sound kind of like adult contemporary pop songs that would be released in the US. If that's like the best way to describe Jessica's sound. So I want her to be a little bit more risky. I know she kind of plays it safe for most of her albums, so I want her to experiment a little bit more. Maybe that will get her to chart again, because I know that Summer Storm did not chart on Melon, or if it did, it just dropped quickly and it didn't get enough streaming to get any ranking. And same thing for Wonderland. So I really hope that she gets maybe tries to get with some Korean producers and still write some of the songs, because you don't necessarily need a huge company backing you up. You just need a really good song to chart well, because Fly actually did really well. And another good example is Sunmi. Like, Sunmi is under a company that I have never heard of before, and she came back with a strong track. Actually did not like it that much at the beginning. I like it more now. But she came up with a song that it's good, it's public friendly, kind of fits with the sound that's going on right now in K-pop. So I wish she would do a little bit more something like that, along those lines, so we can see her more like dance. And I think you get the point now. I want her to be a little bit more risky. But other than that, my overall opinion of this, good comeback from her. Played it safe. Ballad album. Amazing packaging like always. Great photo book. And yeah, so I don't know if she'll come back anytime soon. If you know any of that type of information, please comment down below, because I always try to follow a bunch of Jessica, fan accounts where they update on every single detail that she's doing. And I knew that she was going to come back really soon, but I don't know if she recorded a whole album already to be released soon, or if she has to just go back to the studio again, because I know that's what happens sometimes with a bunch of K-pop artists, is that they record a bunch of material and then just release a batch of songs and then come back really fast. So I don't know if that's going to be the same thing with Jessica. But please buy this album, and also buy Holiday Night, because both of the releases were able to top the previous release that they had. So Holiday Night sold more than Lionheart, and My Decade sold more than Wonderland. So I'm glad that the fans are backing them up. And yeah, so kind of like a lengthy video, but I always ramble, and I love talking about Jessica, and I want to really express my opinion, because maybe, who knows, if her people watch other fans' reactions or fans' reviews to the album. But this is my opinion, so even though I love her, I would just call her out on, be a little bit more original, take a little bit more risk, and please check out the her cover of How Deep Is Your Love. I always get obsessed with that performance. And what else? Yeah, that's basically it. And then for upcoming videos, I'm still finishing my K-pop collection video. I also uploaded my kind of like a how I store my K-pop videos, part 1 and part 2. So if you haven't watched those, you can watch those. And then I'll make a solo Girls' Generation solo albums review video, where I talk about all of the solos releases up to now. And yeah, I haven't really ordered anything other than Midio's first mini album. She's from the Bronner Girls, and that still hasn't arrived. Hopefully it gets here soon. And yeah, so I'm kind of waiting to see what else is released later this month, so I can order something. I'm probably just going to order GFriend's album, because I don't know if I'll be getting EXO anytime soon. But who knows? I always change my mind. And yeah, if you have any other questions, please comment down below, or any video requests, comment down as well. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Bye.